Good day everybody, and welcome to Kampala Rd. Received this, oops, excuse my foot. Received this box this week. Very big. I wasn't expecting something like this, so hence the video. That's just hiding my address, which people have advised me to do. I'm not going to say I have opened it. I'm not going to say the company that sent it, because there's something slightly wrong in my advantage. But it's huge. The box is huge. There's my hand. And just to give you some idea, the equivalent sort of, this is what I was expecting. They are the Accurascale MK2C coaches. I ordered 6. I think there's now 8 available in the BR blue grey. These are all BR blue grey. I ordered 6. And I wasn't expecting such a big box. This is a standard sort of packaging from Hornby, the one we all know. I actually bought that buffet car to go with this, it's my kids in the background if you can hear it, to go with this rake, just something different, but something's happened which I'll explain in a minute. This is the slightly larger Accurascale packaging from the MK2B's, which have featured on my previous videos. But this box is altogether bigger, and I wondered what on earth was going on. The reason I'm doing this video is because there's a bit of a wow moment, which I haven't had much recently on railway stuff. I was taken aback by what I've got, or the packaging. Love packaging, love boxes. Look at this. This is a severe upgrade from the previous Accurascale packaging, which I'll just put by there. And there we go. Magnificent packaging. The reviewers and the box openers will love this. Haven't seen any on YouTube, but then I haven't looked too hard. But there's 6 of these, and I thought I'd open a couple, show you what they're like. An overview, not a review. But something has caught my eye. Not that. I don't do those voting things. This is my invoice. And I'll just fold it over. Hold on a minute. Landed cost to me $49.96 each. They were $59.95, I think. And that's what I was expecting. So $100 each. No freight, and it's DHL. So I've checked against what I paid, and it's correct. The Australian dollar value is correct to this, so I haven't been charged freight. So do I do a poll? Do I do the right thing and ask why, or do I just quietly carry on as if nothing's happened? Very quickly, first open, corridor first, open second, corridor second, open second, open second. And one of them is a buffet, a mini buffet. I was looking for it actually. This one's the TSO mini buffet. I didn't know I ordered that, but obviously I did. Interesting. Because I did order a restaurant car to go with this rake, along with the MK2B's. I got a restaurant car in there as well. So I'm going to open a couple. Let's have a look and put them side by side with the other ones, the MK2B's, and we'll have a little look-see. Right, so this is where I made the rookie mistake of not switching on the microphone. Can you believe it? So for the next few minutes I'm going to talk over this video and try and replicate what I was actually waffling on about. and I was telling some stories as well about me on BR Blue trains as a kid, so I'll see if I can remember what I was talking about. But the pamphlet that comes inside is phenomenal. Again, beautiful pictures and a great history on the actual coaches. Each box has its own, or the same pamphlet I should say. Many pictures and the range of Accurascale coaches they do in the different liveries. And what interests me, I love these breakdowns or blow-ups, if you like, of the parts used, especially on locomotives, because it fascinates me, having fixed so many, how they work. They're all basically very similar. And the lights on the back, how you use the wand to switch on and off. Just as an aside, my coaches, I got a rake of MK2B's. When you switch on the power to the layout, they're on automatically, and you have to switch them off. I just wonder if that's the same. Anybody else got these coaches? Is that the same? Because if I tend to switch them off, because the other coaches I have in the rake don't have lights, so the buffet car and the two MK2Ds on the rake of coaches I have with the MK2B's don't have lights, so I switch them off. But when you first start up, they're on, and these are the same, as I found out later. Packaging is amazing. People love it. That's the standard sort of warning. You must read everything before you do anything. Of course, nobody takes any notice of that, and we just dive in and wreck the model. So live and learn, I guess. But the accessory kit here is quite something if you're not used to getting Accurascale models, because nobody else does this. There is magnetic couplings in there. There's another set of tension lock couplings. There's brake pipes and another set of buffers. Now, opening this, I sort of felt it's a real shame to touch it with human hands, and sometimes I do leave models in the boxes because I don't want to touch them and put the grease all over them, but of course you've got to use them, that's what they're for. And it just fantastic models. I used to see these coaches, or ride on these coaches out of King's Cross. Didn't really see them on the line out of Liverpool Street unless they were behind a Class 47. With three locomotives used to frequent between King's Cross and Cambridge. The 47s, the 37s and the 31s. Never really saw anything else. 31s used to pull the Mark 1s, and they were pretty useless locomotives. I'm sorry for the 31 fans, but I could walk faster than those things as they came up the gradient from Harlow to Sawbridgeworth through to Bishop Stortford. I could certainly cycle faster than along the canal walkway. The 37s made an awful lot of noise. You knew they were coming from miles off. Great locos. Looked good. A bit faster than the 31s. In the winter, through the snow or on a dark night, they look great, all lit up, and the coach is lit up, and condensation on the windows. Felt sorry for the people inside. It was the commuter service out of Liverpool Street through to Cambridge. The electrification finished at Bishop Stortford, so the loco haul trains used to pick up the slack and take those trains right through up to Cambridge. Never saw these on those though. These coaches were on the 47s, which tended to be non-stop. They were very powerful. The gradients didn't hurt them at all. And I do remember photography. My photography wasn't brilliant, but I do remember taking photographs of them climbing underneath the barbed wire fence and getting as close to the track as I dare on my hands and knees to take photos. So pretty stupid thing to do. Fit and finish on these Accurascale models is spotless. I'm not showing you on the picture, but there's no bleed or anything like that. They're very, very shiny. They are reminiscent of the Hornby MK2D rehashes. I'm not opening doing an box opening of the first class. I just whizzed through that, as you could see. And that is a packet of curtains. Now that's brought back memories. I hadn't thought of these orange curtains for years. I do remember them, and I didn't travel first class, so they were obviously in the second class as well. I do remember them. My mum, and the reason I do is because my mum used to tell us not to touch them because we never knew what was on them. And the other thing was, if we were travelling at night, the conductor would come along and pull them closed. Now I know at night you probably, well, we couldn't see outside because of the lights inside the carriage, but it used to annoy me as a little kid no end that they'd close off the windows so I couldn't see outside, or try and press my nose up against the window and see outside. So my assumption is that the body arm clips and you put these in yourself. So a fantastic feature, and I will probably do that if I come around to weathering these. And I might ruin my models by doing my own weathering. I will put those in because I do remember them. They were there, and today you would never get a curtain in a carriage, would you? They wouldn't last a day. If you put them in today, they would be ripped off and stolen. Again, fantastic accessory pack. Yeah, this was a real wow moment for me, opening these boxes. Something very, very different, even way above the Hornby teak coaches, which I did a whole video on when I opened that, and they were the best coaches I had at the time, but they didn't have this sort of detail. The interiors weren't detailed like these ones are, and you didn't get the accessory pack on those coaches. The Colettes from the Bristolian were very, very nice. I love those. Beautiful, a lot of separately fitted parts on those. And of course the old Pullmans with the lights on the table, been around for generations. They are lovely coaches too, but this is a next level stuff. And you can see me trying to avoid getting my greasy hands all over them, but so be it, it will happen. They will look good. I'm going to put them behind the Class 31, and the other train I've got on the line at the moment is 37 with the Mark II-B's, but yeah, very glossy, needs to be toned down. Spectacular, that's all I can say. Well done, Accurascale. Do remember travelling on these coaches out of King's Cross. Sometimes I was put on there with my older sister alone. I was about 5 or 6, my sister was 4 years older than me, and as a kid we used to get kicked out of the seats by the conductor, and we had to sit in the corridor between where the two carriages join, and there was a yellow sou'wester style, I don't know what you call it, it's a sort of sheet on either side of the corridor that covered the connection of the two coaches. I'm not doing that in a very good way, but if you look behind that you could see outside. And I always used to fear that, because I was so small, I'd fall out. I used to sit on my little suitcase in the corridor there, because the conductor would kick you off the seats to let other people sit on, because you were a snotty little kid. But yeah, I used to fear greatly that I would fall out behind those yellow coverings, whatever they used to call them. I don't know what the official name was. But yeah, excellent, love them. Let's get them on the track. Now I will put these behind a 31 just as a memory of how useless that locomotive was, but I love the model. I've sort of fallen back in love with them. Right, I'm just going to bring up these two coaches I opened behind the Bachmann Class 31. I'm trying to love this locomotive, but I'm having difficulty. Stop it there. Its paintwork looks odd, the shiny paintwork, but maybe it was right for the time. And the sound is, as you can hear, sounds like white noise, and we're just about to be photobombed. And they are the Accurascale Mark II-B's behind my prehistoric Bachmann 37. They're really good. And that is Airfix Mark II-D and the Hornby Mark II-D, so colour differential, etc., over the 45 years they're apart. So let's just move her out of the way, turn off the sound if it's giving me a headache, and let's have a look at these MK2C's. Just gently move her. The other issue with this backman, it needs to stay alive. It's only picking up from 8 wheels, and it does suffer from stalling issues, or mine does. Let's stop that and zoom in. Alright. Zoom in a bit more, I think. No, just losing focus. It is a bit dark in here today. So the lights are on, you can just see a little bit of reflection there. I hope you can make it out. They are absolutely gorgeous. Just going to move, as long as the backman loco doesn't stall, move it very slowly. It's quite a dark interior for that coach, so the lights don't show too much, but beautiful, trust me, if you haven't got them. And you're into BR Blue Grey, these should be on your list. A bit of weathering, which I may try, heaven forbid, and we're about to be photobombed, so excuse that a moment. That's the MK2B's going past. Wonderful. Never saw MK2D's coming out of Liverpool Street. It was always these older, and they were pretty decrepit. And I think in the winter, judging by the condensation on the windows, the heating struggled too. That's a lighter interior for the for the first class, so you can see inside. I'll just go to the end and then maybe try and zoom in a bit closer. But yeah, very nice. Just trying to get these coaches past before the other train comes, which I can hear rapidly approaching. So I'm no expert. I'm sure Accurascale know what they're doing. I will take a few running shots of it going around both trains, so you can see the B's and C's. Absolute must for your collection if you're 1970s odd. But if you've watched this far, so thank you very much. And from Kampala Road, cheers for now.